Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's 100% live and completely interactive Act on This TV Showreel surgery with great friend of mine, great director, amazing showreel producer, Mr. Chris Stone. Chris, welcome to Showreel surgery, mate.
Hi, Ross. How you doing?
I'm good. For those who are watching right now, okay, so you guys can be watching live. If you're watching it on the replay, by the way, because there will be a replay of this, thank you so much for joining us as well. You can probably skip the next couple of minutes because this is going to be all about how people are actually going to be able to communicate with us live tonight, because this is 100% interactive. It's only going to work if you actors out there who are watching us get involved. So right now, you are going to be watching us over on actonthis.tv/live. And there's a few things that I need you guys to do. Okay, so this is interactive, and it's completely interactive via Twitter. Me and Chris are massive on Twitter. Well, we're not massive. We're very big fans of Twitter, and we want you guys to communicate with us through Twitter tonight. So what you've got to do, and everybody who's joining us should have had prior notice of this. I sent emails out and loads of tweets today. I want you to log into your Twitter account and make sure you are following me and Chris. My Twitter handle, well, for the site Act on This TV, is at Act on This TV, and Chris's is at Chris Stone Films. Now, you don't have to use those at mentions in your tweets tonight. The one thing you absolutely have to do, though, it's mandatory in your tweets so we can follow you and we can follow the conversation, is you have to use the hashtag that you see on your screen now, Showreel Surgery. Okay, so you can ask any questions to do with your showreel, anything whatsoever. Anything that we're going to talk about as well. There's loads of stuff we're going to discuss tonight, all about showreels, what makes a great showreel, what makes a bad showreel, how you can maximize, your exposure in a showreel, how you can get it out as well to the right people, and also some real ninja tactics on getting it out to casting directors that hardly anybody is using right now. This is something that me and Chris discovered a couple of weeks ago that we're going to share with you tonight. So use Showreel Surgery in your tweets so that we can find you. So what I want to do is, first of all, know that you can all hear us, and you're going to be able to see us in a minute as well. I'm going to take these slides down, and you will see video footage of me and Chris. But for now, please drop us a tweet. You can include our names there, at Act on This TV or at Chris Stone Films, but at least at the minimum, you've got to put in Showreel Surgery. So please do that now. Just let us know that we are coming through loud and clear. Chris, you're pretty big in the Act on This community. For those who don't know what Act on This is, by the way, and you might be completely new to this, Act on This, the TV Actors Network, is a website that I set up about over 5 years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long, and it's grown into a completely different beast to what I originally kind of set out to do. Originally, I was really setting out a blog, blogging about my own acting escapades. I'm a professional actor myself, been in the industry too long, 15 years plus. And it was really just about me sharing my journey with other actors out there, getting interviews with people who I would meet along the way, whether they were casting directors, agents, writers, producers, directors like Chris, all that kind of thing. And it's evolved so much over the last 5 years. Today, we've got an amazing community. We've got a Facebook group of over 2,500 really positive, motivated actors. Please come and join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Act on This TV. And also the main site, actonthis.tv, where you're watching this, if you're watching it live tonight, is a treasure trove. There's over 300 hours worth of interviews on there. Some are podcasts, some are video interviews. I recently recorded a video interview with Chris, actually, you can watch after this. And there's articles. There's just a load of information from some of the biggest names in the industry. So if you're not yet a member, 90% of the content on this website is completely free, including all these live events that we do. This live event tonight, obviously, completely free. I'm all about helping actors take action, and this is what tonight is going to be about as well. We're going to share a lot of information, but it's all actionable, guys. Okay, there's certainly room for inspiration and inspiring actors, but ultimately, inspiration isn't going to pay your mortgage. Okay, you've really got to take the action on these things that we're going to talk to you guys about tonight in order to progress your career. So Chris, for those who don't know you, like I say, I've known you a long time. You cut my showreel. I'm in the web series, now award-winning web series you do called Year of Spies. I've known you a few years, but tell other people a bit about yourself, how you got in this industry, and what got you really kind of like, to be almost the guru on showreels that you are today.
Guru, it's a good word. Okay, so how I got into filmmaking? Well, it's a long time ago. I picked up my dad's camera when I was about 12 and just started making films, remaking Star Wars and Batman and Superman at the weekends. But I really just love movies. I just love making movies. I saw GoldenEye on the big screen and decided I wanted to direct the 30th James Bond film. That's my goal in life. Went to Staff's University, got a first-class degree there, ended up working for the BBC, doing local community directing, and then it just kind of took off. People asked me to do music videos, short films, and yeah, so I've done a web series called Blood and Bone China, which had 750,000 hits worldwide on YouTube and won Best Web Series in America, and it was on loads of different sites. I'm currently doing one called Year of Spies, which you're in, Ross. You're in episode number 1. Oh, and you might be in another one, but that might be giving away stuff. That's done really well. That's just won the Paris Play Festival, and it's in for a load of other festivals as well. So yeah, I produce short films and web series. I also do actors showreel, so I direct custom scenes for actors.
Absolutely. And you've, when just after I first met you, you asked me to be in a custom scene that you'd filmed for an actress. And that was when you were first starting off in this a few years back. How many scenes have you shot for actors now? It's got to be, surely...
my God, I've literally lost track. Well, in the last month, we've done about 25 or 30. That's in the last month alone. This week, we've done another 2, 3. It's non-stop. It literally has been a non-stop roller coaster. It's just getting more and more busy. It's like we're almost completely booked up for the whole of August. Well, we are booked up for the whole of August, so it's non-stop. And being freelance, so you end up working till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, working, putting away. I just want to make you guys look as best you can, because I watch a lot of reels myself, so I kind of know what works and what doesn't work, and that's what we're going to be discussing tonight.
Well, that's the thing. Absolutely. For me, running acts on this, I've literally, guys, I've sat through thousands. Literally probably a good couple of thousand show reels over the last 5 years that people have sent me. I'm an actor myself. I've cut my show reel a lot of times, made a lot of mistakes. I now don't do that. I get Chris, a professional, to cut my reel. He's recently cut me a reel that you can see actually on this page. If you're watching this live, this isn't for the people on the replay, but if you're watching this live, you scroll underneath this video. If you're on a desktop computer, you'll be able to see both Chris's showreel and my showreel as well. That's the latest cut of the showreel that Chris has cut for me very, very recently. And we're going to be talking about that tonight, why we chose to cut it to the timing that it is specifically, why we chose the scenes, how we edited within the scenes, a whole load of stuff that you guys are hopefully going to find very, very useful. But ultimately, I just want you guys to understand that Chris knows his stuff, guys. I would never bring anybody on to represent Act on This and to give people advice who I didn't fully believe in, have invested in, and think is an absolute industry leader. So please take note of Chris's advice tonight. It's invaluable. And like I say, everything we're going to talk about is actionable. So hopefully I'm going to take this slide down now. So as I say, hopefully people have seen this. Log into your Twitter account, follow Act on This TV, follow Chris Stone Films. And every tweet you use tonight, every tweet you send tonight, you must use Showreel Surgery in order for us to find it. Topics of discussion for tonight are as follows. I'm going to look at those in a second, but I'm just checking out Twitter, Chris, make sure people are tweeting us, and they are. We've got loads of tweets coming through already. It's amazing to see even Richard Haler is here watching us from Miami. Richard, great to have you here over the other side of the world. We've got Patrick here. Patrick's here. Patrick Silk. He's a big member in the Act on This community. Amy says, listening to Act on This TV Showreel Surgery. Recently updated mine, so looking forward to some tips on how to get it out to the industry. Amy, we've got some awesome tips tonight for how you're going to get it out into the industry in front of the right people very, very easily. Actors overthink that a lot of the time, and sometimes they are almost scared to put their reel out. We're going to teach you some cool hacks tonight of how you can do that. Alicia Stanway says, tuning in for Showreel Surgery, Chris Stone Films. Actors, get tuned in now. We've got Carrie Ann here as well. Looking forward to hearing your advice, she says. Miranda Benjamin, woohoo, time for showreel surgery. Listen, she says. Robert Williamson has included his reel. We actually asked people earlier today to send Chris their reels over if they wanted him to watch it before tonight. I don't know if we're going to have time for you to watch any live, Chris. Maybe you could get a couple up on your phone.
Maybe
potentially.
Could, yeah.
But we've got Roberts there. He says, this is my reel. What do you reckon? Heather Walker, great to see you, Heather. Heather's a regular stats on this as well. She sent her reel over. So great. It looks like we are coming through loud and clear. So tonight, guys, we're going to be looking at these topics of discussion plus everything you want to ask us. And you know what? A whole lot more as well. This is just tip of the iceberg. So we're going to look at what makes a great show reel. On the flip side of that, we're going to look at what doesn't make a great show reel. Some of the things that really make a show reel bad, and we'll have a casting director turning off within sort of 10 seconds. One thing I want to say as well, guys, I've interviewed probably almost every leading casting director in the industry on actsonthis.tv. Everybody from, we've had Dan Hubbard from Hubbard Casting, Daniel Edwards, Jill Trevellick, cast Downton Abbey. We've had Kelly Valentine Henry and Victor Jenkins. They cast Broadchurch. Massive, massive, massive names. And there's some things that crop up every time I ask them about show reels, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight as well. How long should a show reel be? And this has changed very recently. And you'll see the hashtag I put there, Twitter hack, because this is something that Twitter have changed when it comes to being able to post video to Twitter. And it's something that me and Chris realized almost by accident a couple of weeks ago. And we're like, right, this is game changing. So we're going to look at that, how to create a great show reel when you have no TV or film work yet. That's a big thing that actors ask me all the time. Well, I haven't got a reel. Well, why aren't you getting one? Well, I've got nothing to put in it. Well, that's no excuse, right? That is just, if you want something, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. And I'm hearing too many excuses from people a lot of the time. And then we've got what are the most common mistakes actors make when cutting their show reel. There's some things that are very obvious, and there's also some things that really, until speaking to you, Chris, recently, it never dawned on me either. Some of the things that you've mentioned to me about, what mistakes actors make. They're mistakes that I have certainly made in the past as well. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. We're going to get some camera action on so you guys can actually see us. Burning up under these lights. Look at that. Whew. Oiling. Got a coffee here as well. But here we go, guys. You can see us now, and you should be able to see Chris. Chris, say something.
Hello. How you doing, Ross?
Yes, and there you go. And it flips over to Chris. Awesome. So, Chris, first things first, right? And something that I've been reading about recently called the curse of knowledge. Okay, a lot of people in this industry know a lot about the industry, and they forget what it was like to not know the things that they know today. So they start teaching people about the industry from a really advanced level. And we're not going to do that tonight. That's a mistake a lot of people fall into. Let's start very, very basic. There could be some people on here tonight who are literally brand new to the industry. This could be the first day they're in the industry. They don't have a show reel yet. Some people might not even know really what a show reel is, what its purpose is. Let's go through the who, what, why, where, when, and how of show reels. Okay, so it's, who needs a show reel? What is a show reel? Why do they need it? Where do they put it when they've got it? When do they get one? And how do they get one? It's quite a lot to talk about, but I'll let you begin.
Okay, so what is a showreel? Well, a showreel is a collection of clips of stuff that you've been in, put together. It's like a little trailer that you can show people, show casting directors exactly what you're capable of doing. It's a little video, no more than 1 or 2 minutes long. And who needs a showreel? Everybody needs a showreel. That's the big thing now with actors. They absolutely need a showreel. Doesn't matter whether you're a child actor or an older actor. You can't get a job really without showing what you're capable of.
When does an actor get a show reel?
When an actor needs to get a show reel, get one straight away. Don't wait. So we're going to be talking that later on about if you haven't got any footage for your reel, you can get. There's lots of companies out there that can do custom stuff for you. You
are one of those people.
I am one of those people, yes.
It's not a blatant advertisement for Chris. There's lots of people out there, but we're going to talk about what you need to look for in these showreel companies as well when you are getting custom stuff made from scratch. There's been like an explosion of custom showreel creators out there. There's a lot of actors that have started creating custom showreels for people as well. And there's some things there that I'm not that comfortable with. We're going to talk about that in a bit as well. But yeah, so we've got what is a showreel? It's exactly what you say, Chris. It's It's effectively kind of like, you know, your calling card. There's so many people who don't have show reels. They might have great work on their CV, but every casting director that I've spoke to over the last 5 years have been like, your show reel is, you know, it's so much more important than me seeing a CV. Yes, I can see what you've been in, but if I can't see your work, very often when they're against a tight time frame, they will just skip over you because they can't see your work. A lot of people are going to have limiting beliefs about how much work they need on a show reel, Chris. And a lot of casting directors say to me, you know what, I would rather see one scene as opposed to a whole load of scenes on your show reel. For you, you know, what's the ideal amount of footage to have on a reel, and what's your opinion of, you know, just putting one thing up of quality as opposed to loads of things of you know, not great quality?
Yeah, it's all about quality. That's what it's all about. I think a big mistake people make is trying to put too many clips in, like just going, oh, I've been in this, been in this, been in this. I just want to ram absolutely everything in, and it's better to have 1, 2, 3 clips of absolute quality than, you know, just trying to shove too much stuff in. And you don't need to repeat yourself as well. So for example, on your reel, you had there's another scene that we didn't use that was with John Sim, and you were playing a police officer, but you'd already got a scene like that with Peter, you know, the Peter Golding, that's the one that opens it. So there's no point repeating 2 characters the same. You've only got a limited.